Hey, alright, everybody. Kenny B here with another episode of Cities and Suburbs. Welcome aboard. It is August 5th, 2020. If you haven't figured that out yet, I'm trying to figure it out. But man, oh man, what a ride, huh? Just a quick in with our beautiful city of Worcester, Massachusetts. How is Worcester doing? How are we making out during this COVID crisis in terms of the economy, businesses, things like that? How has the reduced foot traffic downtown, particularly because Worcester was in the middle of its resurgence, its renaissance, if you will, how has that been affected, those efforts been affected by the COVID-19 virus? By the way, again, it's 8/5/2020. Cases are spiking again for the third week throughout the state and in Worcester. City manager is giving daily updates on this. Of course, it's in the typical demographic of older folk, but there's also been reported of families and younger children, 10 and under, that have been infected with the coronavirus. So this damn thing is killing us, let's just say it. How has it affected Worcester? Well, let me just take it to the headlines here. Now, this is back in June, but Unum, Unum insurance company is the largest, I believe, insurance company for individuals applying and receiving disabilities payments. They've been in downtown Worcester, has had a presence in downtown Worcester for more than 120 years. Unum moved to City Square back in 2009. 400 employees. They were given tax incremental financing. The lease for Unum was to be until the year 2025. The headquarters for Unum, by the way, are in Chattanooga, Tennessee. What happened is that Unum was one of the first tenants in the new Resurgence of Worcester, if you will. 400 employees. They were up there on Chestnut Street, but they built a brand new building. You can see it from the highway. And I've said this before. 400 individuals. Now, Unum has learned that, well, maybe we don't have to, have 400 people working downtown. Our, efficiencies the efficiency of working remotely is really paying us great dividends, and they do not have to pay for office space. They're going to have to, they're going to be called to court on the courtyard in terms of the legal aspects of their not returning to downtown Worcester. So that footprint is gone. So there's 400 people a day that will not be downtown. So think about the leaching effect on the economy. Hanover Theater, let's look at the Troy Siebel, and as far as its effect on downtown, the Hanover Theater will not be in full operations for a very long time, at least until 2020. A lot of shows that were canceled, which is really cool. People who had bought tickets to the shows, all types of shows, until for the year 2020, have been canceled, as opposed to people receiving refunds. A lot of them have donated that money to the Hanover Theater. Many theaters across the country, like the Hanover Theater, like many of the Broadway theaters, think about what's going on in New York City. You know, I mean, one theater, you know, live show packs, you know, 3,000-4,000 people. You go out to dinner before. All that foot traffic is gone. Same as in Worcester. All that foot traffic is gone. They've lost about, I think, over $5 million already. In terms of Hanover, rather, they've had to furlough employees. They can't bring back shows like they were on such a larger scale, you know. And the reluctancy of people actually, right now, Hanover says, well, we maybe be able to bring people back, and you know, with 600 people. That's not going to do it, man. That's just not going to do it. You know, that's like a third of their capacity, and to pay for these shows that cost millions of dollars to move from one city to the next. So that's gone. So that reduces foot traffic. So let's just talk about regular office space downtown. We're talking about Main Street downtown. Many of those buildings next to the god-awful Commerce building. This is a good time, actually, to clean those buildings up. I've said that before, but they need a serious sandblasting. Because we can get ready for the future, because this virus is going to go away. World War II went away. All these things that we experienced went away, and we had to, unfortunately, and go through some of the harder times to actually see that happen. But it will go away. This new normal thing, you know, I was thinking about the 1918 pandemic of the influenza, the Spanish flu. Look up why they actually call it the Spanish flu. Had nothing to do with Spain. But you know, and now, you know, before this happened, who was thinking about that? Who was thinking about like a third of the world's population dropping dead from a virus they had no cure for, no understanding about, you know? So here we are. Reliving that, and we will get back to regular functioning of the way society should be, which should be communicating with one another. Maybe we'll learn that moving forward, the way germs spread, maybe the world's getting ever so much smaller and shrinking in terms of country to country, that we have to think about that. Maybe there's some practices right now that will move into best practices. That being said, we will get over it, and someday the Hanover Theater will be full. It will be. There's no denying that. Right now, it's struggling, like most theaters. Office buildings, no one's leasing office space. They can't even show the office space. At least a couple months ago, they couldn't. But there are many office buildings downtown that are locally and federally funded. I will say the Massachusetts Rehabilitation Commission, which is down there on Foster and Main, Mass Hires, who helps folks find jobs, all these in-person services, if you will, they've been gone for months, 4 or 5 months, you know. That being said, all the folks that worked in those buildings, and this is just an example, foot traffic is gone. It's gone. So it's going to be really curious to see, interesting to see. Not curious. I'm curious, but it's going to be inevitable. We'll be back down there. But Worcester was on the rise. It was on its resurgence with all the restaurants and the eateries, people living downtown, those restaurants and services catering to the folks who live downtown. You know, and all those places closed, you know. So the leeching effect of your dollar goes into your wallet, you spend it, that person says thank you, they pass it on, they pass it on, they pass it on, you know. And it's that liquidity of money just keeps passing on. It's something you can spend, and again, a dollar is just a means to an end. I'm making it so I can pay a bill, enjoy a dinner, in this case. But a lot of the companies, and of course, they're finding out, well, maybe I don't have to rent space because my employees are so loyal. They'll do anything I want them to do, by the way, even from the comforts of their own home, which actually at the end of the year, I hope people who have been working home for 5 or 6, 7, 8 months find some tax relief because they've had to convert their home into an office, into a classroom. Again, this model of getting along with the virus isn't sustainable. Things will come back, but I'm just talking about downtown Worcester right now. Like any cities, MGM put up a beautiful casino in Springfield, Massachusetts, 3-4 years ago. You know, those are cash cows, tax dollars, spending dollars, but it all comes down to tax dollars, you know, revenue. But we'll see how we're going to come back out of this, guys. So anyway, it was just a really quick check in with you, and I just want to really think about, help me think about, and you think about what's the new economy going to look like. I am certainly looking forward to returning back to open space, greeting people, things that we once did, which, you know, we don't have to blow the dust off of that. It was only 4 or 5 months ago. You know, it's not like, you know, Charlton Heston, you know, landing on Planet of the Apes, where, you know, the Statue of Liberty has been sitting there for thousands of years rusting. That's, oh my God, no. It's, I think the psychology behind this as well. We have to keep in mind who we are what we are as a species, how we function. We depend on one another, and the communication, and you know, I don't even know what people look like from here down anymore. I used to, but, you know, I mean, maybe Charlton Heston, can, you know, put a big old mask on top of the Statue of Liberty. Damn it. I knew it all along. They went and did it. They had the coronavirus. But at least I have the mask. All right, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Subscribe, comment below. Really appreciate it.